How's it going, guys? We're back to another video today. Today we are talking about another movie. It is Movie Review Wednesday. Today we are reviewing Ant-Man and the Wasp from Marvel Studios. This is the last MCU film of the year. We had Black Panther, very successful. Then we had Avengers Infinity War, of course, one of the biggest movies ever. And then we finished it off with Ant-Man and the Wasp. And I think this was a perfect movie to finish the year off. And I will tell you why. We started off the year very serious and very, traditional with Black Panther and all of the themes of Black Panther. Then we go into Infinity War. It's very dark. There's a lot that's going on, a lot of sacrifice, blah, blah, blah. A lot of people perishing, a lot of serious dark stuff. And then we come to Ant-Man and the Wasp, and it is the fun, lighthearted movie that we needed. We just came off of this really big, sad, dark movie of Infinity War. It was an incredible movie, don't get me wrong, but we needed a bit of a break, a bit of a fun kind of break. And this is exactly that movie. Paul Rudd is fantastic once again as Ant-Man. Evangeline Lilly is great as well. And I really, really enjoyed this movie. So basically, spoilers, if you have not seen the movie, I'd highly recommend it. So basically, the whole plot of this movie is they are trying to get Hank Pym and Evangeline Lilly's character, Hope, are trying to get their mom, Janet Van Dyne, I believe is the name. They're trying to get her back because she went missing in the quantum realm. And basically what happens is they didn't think it was possible for anyone to go down in the quantum realm and come back until Scott Lang, Ant-Man, did it in the first movie. He went down in the quantum realm and then came back. So because that happened, they were hopeful, hey, we may actually be able to get her back. So the second movie starts off with Scott having a dream that he saw her in the quantum realm. And basically what that is it wasn't a dream. It was like she placed an antenna in his head, and it was her transmitting to Scott to then transfer to Hope and Hank that she's still alive. And so we start off the movie, he's on house arrest from the events of Civil War, and I didn't even know this. I didn't know that Hank and Hope were going to be really mad at him for going to Civil War. I had no idea. So when he went on house arrest, he hadn't talked to them since Civil War, and they were both very mad at him for taking the suit and going to Germany for the airplane scene. They were both very, very mad at him for doing that. So I thought that was very interesting to start it off. It didn't last long, obviously. You can't stay mad at Paul Rudd forever. But they ended up teaming up again, and you have the whole dynamic of the villain of the movie is Ghost, which, when you really look at it, I didn't really find one big villain of the whole movie at all. You have the other villain, I forget what his name is. He's the dude. He was probably the most villain-esque of them all. Ghost was really confused and really worried because she was gonna die. She had some, I forget. She's like, her body was going between dimensions, so her atoms were being torn and then put back together. That sounds pretty painful. So she was gonna die. So she was just trying to cure herself. So in the end, the motivation was there for her to do some evil things. And they didn't really do anything that evil in the movie besides, fighting against Ant-Man and the Wasp. But besides that, she didn't really seem like that much of a villain for me. She just seemed like someone really scared and afraid that they were going to die. Now, did all the things that she do were moral? Absolutely not. But in a superhero movie, she didn't seem like that great of a villain. She seemed like a very interesting character. Her story arc was very interesting. But just from the villain standpoint, I don't know. I didn't really find her as that much of a villain. But I really enjoyed the interactions with all the villains in the movie. I thought all the arcs were really very interesting. And then in the end, they get Janet Van Dyne back, and she's safe and in the out of the quantum realm. And it was so heartfelt and nice to see that she was back and that no one was harmed. And this movie, it really brought a happy end in this movie. Even the villains. Ghost got the happy ending. The only ones that didn't get the happy ending were like the dudes. But I thought they were funny. It was a funny dynamic. But everyone got a happy ending. But then we got to talk about this post-credit scene. So that was pretty much the movie. That was pretty much it. And at the end, Scott is taken off of house arrest, and it's all happy. Like I said, everyone gets the happy ending that they wanted. But then we got to talk about this post-credit scene. You get halfway through the credits. You have Scott with the quantum tunnel. They shrunk it down so that it could fit in Luis's van. And he's going into the quantum realm to get some, like, healing for Ghost. Like, so she's better, but they got to do some stuff to make sure that she's, like, really going to stay good. So he goes down to the quantum realm, and they're talking on radios and stuff. And then all of a sudden, the radio cuts out. And they're on a rooftop, and you have Hank, Hope, and Janet all on the rooftop monitoring Scott. And again, spoilers. Like, this is spoilers. If you don't want to hear this, leave now. This is the biggest spoiler I can give you. Leave. Okay, I gave you time to leave. So if you get mad for me telling you this, that's your fault. I told you to leave, so you should have left. But so the radio cuts out. Scott is trapped in the quantum realm, and he's like, "What's going on?" You pan back to the rooftop. All three of them were made into dust. The snapshot happened at that moment from Infinity War. Thanos snapped, and all three of them, the Wasp, Hank, Janet, all gone. So that's very interesting. There's a few things interesting about this. So the first one is Ant-Man is stuck in the quantum realm. How is he going to get out? There has been photos leaked of him with Tony Stark and Steve Rogers for Avengers 4. So how is he going to get out of the quantum realm? This is very interesting. Another thing is, we thought the Wasp was going to be in Avengers 4, but obviously she's not. She went to dust. So, that brings the whole other dynamic of the Soul Stone. Is everyone trapped in the Soul Stone? Because there is going to be an Ant-Man and the Wasp 2. Like, there's going to be a sequel to this. So obviously, she's got to come back. So that all happened. It was very interesting. I found it very interesting. And this movie was really great because it gave us a lot more information on the quantum realm. And there are a lot of rumors that some of the big aspects of Avengers 4 are going to have to do with the quantum realm and how they are going to go in between realities and possibly collect Infinity Stones to take on Thanos. Now, these are all just rumors. None of it has been confirmed by Marvel or anyone. But they're just rumors. And they're saying that the quantum realm and time travel is going to have a lot to do with Avengers 4. So I'm very interested to see how it goes. We're done with MCU movies for the year. I know that in March of next year we have Captain Marvel, which is going to be absolutely awesome. And then in May we have Avengers 4. And then June, July we will have Spider-Man Far From Home. So next year, if this year was crazy, which it was, next year is going to be 10 times crazier. Marvel Studios will be rolling in the money. I mean, Infinity War had one of the highest box offices ever. Brought in more than $2 billion, and it's still in theaters in some places. And just wait until it comes out on Blu-ray, which is, I believe, August 14th. They're going to make so much money. I think Avengers 4 is going to be like 10 times bigger than Infinity War, because you left us with that big cliffhanger. So obviously, everyone is going to go watch Avengers 4. So I expect Avengers 4 to beat Infinity War's box office just so quick. It's going to be amazing. But next year is going to be amazing for the Marvel Cinematic Universe. It's just going to be insane. You got another Spider-Man coming out. You have the introduction of Captain Marvel. And then, of course, you got Avengers 4, which we still do not have the title. That should be coming at the end of the year. They just wrapped on Captain Marvel, so we should be getting a trailer for that sometime soon. I know that San Diego Comic-Con is next week. I will, if there's anything major that comes out of it for the Flash or Arrow or for the MCU, if anything big comes out of it, which I don't think anything from the MCU will, because they're not having a panel this year, but I know that the Flash and Arrow will be having panels at San Diego Comic-Con. If anything really major comes out of San Diego Comic-Con, I will make videos on it, especially Flash and Arrow, because I highly doubt they will not show a trailer. Actually, they may not, because they just started filming. So you know what? I don't think they will show a trailer for either the Flash or San Diego Comic-Con. I know last year they did, but if they do, it's going to be just like the first episode stuff. So it'll be very interesting to see what comes out of San Diego Comic-Con. But that's pretty much it, guys. If you enjoyed, please like, comment, subscribe. Let me know down below what you thought of Ant-Man and the Wasp. If you've seen it, did you love it? Did you hate it? If you are still here and mad at me because of spoilers, I warned you so many times. So It was your guys' thing. Oh wait, I didn't give you guys my ranking. Let me just pull up Twitter real quick, because I rank all of the movies that I watch on Twitter before I make videos. So if you aren't following me on Twitter, go follow me on Twitter at JackLautaretASU. I gave Ant-Man and the Wasp a 9 out of 10. Gave it a 9 out of 10. I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed it for different aspects than I did Infinity War. Like I said, it was a fun movie that I really enjoyed. Paul Rudd was excellent, and everyone really got a happy ending. And I think that was just something that we all really needed after Infinity War. So that's what I have to say. So thank you all so much for watching. We will see you next time for another video. Have a great rest of your day, and we will see you later.